What's up everyone? My name is Abby. I like to read, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books I plan to read in the month of June. So I have a total of 9 books on my list for June. I am currently in the middle of 6 of these books. So I'm going to start with those. Starting with the books that I ended up not finishing from last month's TBR. The first one is Visions of Flesh and Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout and what's the other person? Raven Salvador. I have been reading this for maybe 3 or 4 months now. It's a very slow read. I honestly don't think I read any of this last month. I'm currently on page 86, and I think that's where I was when I did my May TBR, so not great, didn't read any, but it is a compendium, so it's not like a gripping read. So I'm hoping to get more of this done, but I really doubt I'm gonna finish it in June. The next book I'm reading in June is Ship of Theseus, which is actually the book S by J.J. Abrams. I'm actually really enjoying this book. I am on page 37. This is a very slow read. If you don't know what this book is about, this book itself, Ship of Theseus, is a fictional book. It is a library book that 2 college students are currently reading it, and they are annotating it and writing notes to each other. So there's so many different parts of this book where the book itself, which is Ship of Theseus, but then there's also the annotations on the side that you have to read, and so it's just you have to be focused when you're reading it, and I am trying to stay focused on reading this very, very slowly, but I am very much enjoying it, and I don't anticipate I'm gonna put it down. So I'm hoping I will get through at least a big chunk of this or finish it in the month of June. The next book I'm currently listening to on Audible, and that is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This is the first book in the Moonfall series. I've heard a lot about this, and I've also heard it's a little bit daunting to start. So I wanted to listen to it instead of read it, because I was worried I wouldn't be able to I would get too distracted and not really focus on it. So I'm listening to it, and it is a little bit confusing. It's a big world that you're getting introduced to right away. You have to kind of get used to the setting, but I like it so far. I'm about 10% of the way through. It's a long book. I think the audiobook is 20 hours, and I am, I think, 2 hours in. So I'm enjoying it so far, so hopefully I will finish that. I picked it up because the Fantasy Fangirls podcast is having a interview with Sarah A. Parker, I think the middle of June, so I wanted to have this book read before I listen to that podcast. The next book I'm reading on my Kindle, and that is Heart of Night by Angelina J. Stuffert. This is the second book in the Wings of Ink series. I read Wings of Ink kind of last minute last month, wasn't part of my TBR. I just kind of picked it up kind of on a whim, and I really liked it, and this book came out May 31st, so I picked it up the day that it came out, and I'm about 4% of the way through, so just started, but I'm excited to see how this book ends up. The next 4 books on my list are, it's basically the entire Prey Security Artemis Team series. There are 4 books in this series. This is in the Prey Security World by Jane Blythe. The first book I actually already read in June. That is Ivory's Fight. The second book I'm currently reading, that is Pearl's Fight. I'm about 5% of the way through, so just started it today. The third book is Lacey's Fight, and the fourth book is Opal's Fight. And then another book that is coming out this month that I have on my list is Buried Scars by Jane Blythe. This is the 5th book in the Prey Security Bravo series. So same world, different Prey Security team. This comes out June 11th, so I'm very excited for that to come out, and I will read it probably that day. So those are the 9 books that I have on my June TBR. Because I don't like odd numbers, and because I like to always do a TBR jar, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a book out of my TBR jar. Now, I don't know if I will finish it because I my record so far the last 2 months are I've DNF'd the TBR jar, and I'm currently reading the TBR jar this month that I didn't read last month. So, not great, but we'll just see. Maybe it'll be a good one and I'll really like it. Oh, okay. Throne of Glass. I've already read that. I actually read that book last month in May. So what else do we have here? No. Gosh, I don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, I'm gonna put it back. Should I put it back? I don't want to read this book. I really don't want to read this book. Okay, just because I know I'm not in the mood for this book, I'm gonna put it back. It was The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I'm just really not in the mood for this book, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit and not read that. White Hot Kiss. Okay, we can do this. Let's do it. All right, so I got White Hot Kiss by Jennifer Armentrout. I have read this whole series, but I am going through and tabbing all of her books. I actually really enjoyed this series from what I remember, so I am very excited to read this. Should be a quick, easy read. This is one of her earlier books. I think it's either young adult or maybe like, no, I think it is young adult, so I should be able to fly through this pretty quickly. Okay, I'm glad I picked this one instead of The Red Pyramid because I'm not in the mood for it. I'm just not in the mood. All right, so those are the 10 books that I plan to read in the month of June. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you plan to read in June. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. The next book I'm listening to on Audible, which is What? Oh my god. Oh my god.